The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
Well, welcome to another installation of the show which is known as The Culture of Music and Film. And the scenario here is that I'm able to take music, whether it's somebody who's had music before, whether it's a writer, whether it's a arranger, whether it's a vocalist, and we're able to take people from intermediate, new, just startup, all the way into a segment to where they're able to be established artists. And we're able to highlight them on this show. And also the movie aspect too. There's a lot of new movies coming out. Although the pandemic has stopped a whole lot of stuff, people are getting innovative and innovate to turn to do it from home, trying to do it from studios that are maybe more reclusive than they've done before when the pandemic wasn't actually happening. So the scenario I'm looking at now is being able to highlight what you're doing and let the public and some of the investors that are tapped into us find out what you're doing also. So that is the whole concept behind the culture of music and film. But you know what? Every once in a while I'll come across an organization that really just stirs my spirit. And when I look into them to find out that they're doing something not only to help their community, but they help the culture and to be able to personify what's happening to the organization to where they're transparent on what they do also. And tonight is no different. I'm talking to a young lady that's a part of the show program. She runs a program called Straight Talk, and she's one of our guests tonight, Miss Phyllis. And Phyllis is not only an innovator of her organization, she'll tell you more about Straight Talk, but also she has an organization that she's a part of as a soror. And I'm telling you, it's really a good organization. And I know some ladies in the LA chapter, my friend Judge Titus, Patty Titus, she started a Toastmasters organization called 1913, which is also a Delta organization within the Toastmasters. So I got to meet a lot of Delta ladies, and the elegance that they ensued, the intelligence they ensued, the professionalism they ensued, I was so impressed by that. But when Phyllis came to me and she said, you know what, I just want to just let people know what we're doing and how it's helped me, then that kicked me into saying, okay, what can we do to make sure that people know what this organization is bringing to the forefront, where they came from, and where they would like to go. And so tonight is no difference. That's why you saw underneath the cultures of music and film, you saw that subtitle, Why Delta? And so hopefully by the end of the show, we'll be able to answer some questions. And we have one of my favorite hostesses on, this young lady here. She came from the real estate world. She still is a corporate trainer. She's a motivational speaker. She's written several books that are bestseller books. And this lady has done it all. She was running the chapter of business entrepreneurs in Inglewood for a while. I mean, she's done about everything, and she's been my partner in crime for the first time in '96 when I dropped another show, developed and produced a show for some women called the Women of Prominence. She came on to be the hostess, and the first year out, we got an award Cable Ace Award for the best new show of the year, and that's saying a lot when you saw how many shows were across the airwaves. So I really respect what Linda Coleman Willis brings to the table, and that's who we're bringing in to help to host this tonight. And so I have with me Linda Coleman Willis, and she also has with her a couple of guests that are also Deltas. And so Linda, thanks for coming on and being a part of the team. How you doing? Okay, Linda. I know you're
excited
Okay, how you
because
doing?
I have a daughter who is a Delta, and I have
Okay.
a sister who's a Delta. So I'm excited to be here this
Well, I'm
evening.
glad to have you here. And then to my left here, we've got a young lady that also is my co-host, and also she does her own show, DUI Lady and Woke, another show that wakes people up to the experiences and
Right.
what's going on in our past, present, and future here in our community. And this lady here is one of the top attorneys. And when I met her, she was one of the major players in the entertainment as an entertainment attorney. She's managed Shaggy and some of the other deals with Shaggy and some of the others. You know,
I didn't
the one that says,
manage.
yeah,
I
what
was the lawyer.
work the attorney for it, and the
Yes.
one that says wasn't me. We all say that, right?
Yes.
So, she brings in her expertise from that perspective too. So, I want to help welcome into this dais right now,
Rhonda
Miss
Dixon.
Rhonda Dixon. Rhonda, how
Yes.
you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today.
Well, thankful for
Um,
joining us. Like I said, when I talked to you about the organization and bringing you on the show, then I know you were very emphatic about uh, because what you do as an attorney, and what you do as far as agreements and whatever, it gives you got such a technical mind. You've got such a strategic mind in the things you do. I said, well, you know what? This is what I need what we do. I need somebody who kind of just can bring it just point, counterpoint, point, counterpoint. So thank you for joining us tonight. I appreciate you. I know you had things to do and you just got out of court things until you rushed over here. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. And like I said before, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a great show for you tonight. And to bring in our guests for tonight, I would like to bring in my esteemed colleague, like I said, the lady that's the hardest working woman in show business. I'm talking once again of my friend, Linda Coleman Willis.
Hey,
Hi, hi,
I
hi.
have the pleasure of introducing our guest to you tonight. And just want to tell you a little bit about the Deltas in case you don't know. Delta Sigma Theta sorority. They were founded in 1913. Wow, been around a long time at Howard University. And they promote academic excellence and assist those in need. I was amazed to find out that you're all over the world. You're not just local. I think it's like 9 or different other countries. I'm like, whoa, they are out there. They are a private, not for profit organization, and their purpose is to provide assistance and support through established programs in local communities throughout the world. These ladies are on fire. Their program addresses education development, economic development, international awareness and involvement, physical and mental health, and political awareness. Ladies and gentlemen in the audience tonight, I'd like to introduce you to Valerie Udeozor. I hope I got that right, Valerie.
You sure
and
did.
Phyllis
Mm.
and
Perfect.
Phyllis McNeal. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think Phyllis is her microphone is unmute.
Well, we'll get her back in there. So go ahead.
Okay.
I like that get the way that you rolled that guest name off your lips. I was like, okay, go ahead,
Oh,
girl.
we practiced
I know.
before we started. We were not coming out here and messing up her
No,
name
ma'am.
after she's our very special guest tonight. I hope
Right.
I didn't
That
mess
was impressive.
it up.
Now can you hear Phyllis?
Yes,
Hey,
Yes.
Phyllis.
yes,
Hey, Phyllis.
yes.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay.
Hi.
So I think we're going to start with Phyllis, right? She's gonna
Yes.
tell us her
Yes.
story, and then we want to hear Valerie's story and all about the dynamic ladies of the Delta.
All right.
Okay, my name is Phyllis McNeal, and I got inspired to become a Delta. At the age of 15 years old, I was in a girls' home called the Jackson Girls Home. That was my last placement because I grew up in a lot of foster homes. And I went into one girls' home, which was exactly girls' home, and the owner and director of the girls' home, she was a Delta. So I got introduced to Deltas very early, and I saw how dedicated she was. She was really out in the community. She was doing a lot of public service. She was helping people. She even helped this troubled teen, which is myself, which a lot of people have given up on me because they said I wouldn't mount up to anything. But that was my last placement, and I saw her do so many things. And I can, when you come from a foster background, from home to home, it's hard to trust people. And what I loved about my mom, I call this is my mom, Maxine McGinnis. She was a lovable person. She was very professional. She was very strict person, and helped bringing me up as a teenager. I was totally out of control, but she introduced me to a lot of her Delta sisters, and I saw these Deltas come from all educational backgrounds, and so was lawyers, judges. There was so many of them, and I said, "Wow, when I get into college, I would love to become a Delta." And they were into public service, and so I wrote down my goals at 16 years old. My ambition was to become a probation officer or work in the field of public service because I learned public service from my mom, and my mom was also national secretary for Delta Sigma Theta. Her chapter was LA Alumni Chapter. In her days, she was very active. Yes. And I guess that's about it, And,
Well, hey,
women,
straight talk.
Hey,
Straight talk.
hey, wait a second. Yeah, wait a second.
Let me tell you what. I pledged in 1979 at Cal State Long Beach. They decided citywide chapter at the time, and that's 41 years ago. I made 41 years of being a Delta at Theta Site, which was a citywide chapter where I pledged at Cal State Long Beach.
Okay, let me ask you something, because Phyllis, I know the backstory and whatever. Now I know there's a young lady that's listening right now that's trying to relate, because we're taking a journey here, and to be able to get people along the journey, you got to know where the starting point is and where the ending point is, and everything else beside that is the journey, right? And so you were telling me how you were a troubled teen and how you weren't listening to anybody, whatever. So for some lady that's a young little girl that's out there that says, okay, I'm relating to something. Who is this and what has she got to offer me? Because kids nowadays, they don't listen to anybody. It's like, okay, yeah, what do they know? But if you can go back and talk about a little bit about, I know you brushed over a few things, but Phyllis, I'm not trying to put you on the spot. But if you can give us some highlights in some of the ways that you had to come through and some of the struggles you went through on being accepted and some of the things that you did, because I know that you weren't a pushover all your life. You got what you needed by getting it. So let's go back a little bit, Phyllis, and work. And hopefully there's a young lady listening that says, that's my story. So if you can walk with me right quick.
Well, first of all, I started abusing alcohol about the age of 12. I come from a very dysfunctional family. I have a PhD in being abused. I was sexually abused, psychologically abused, physically abused. I was psychologically, I think that was the damaging because my biological mother, used to always tell me that I would never mount up to anything. She was very abusive to me, and I was sexually abused by so many people. So it was just awful. And I was a trouble kid. I was a kid out of control. I had no structure. I got to do whatever I wanted to do. So I began to run away from home. I was getting beat all the time at home and kicked to the ground. Nobody really, I was just like the black sheep of the family. So I was running away from home a lot. The school system has given up on me because you know how like people say they have a long criminal record? Well, I had a long school record. I mean, I got kicked out of school all the time. I was such an ed from the first grade all the way to the sixth grade. I got suspended. I got kicked out of so many junior high school. They didn't think I would even graduate from high school. And I got placed in a lot of foster homes. And I used to run away from those foster homes because there's some good foster homes out there, but my social worker did not place me at good foster homes at the time. So I ran away from the last time at 14. I was entering into high school. I said, you know what? I'm not going to make it if I keep on this roller coaster ride. So I had to make a conscious decision at that time that I was not going to go back home under no circumstances. So I placed myself under the custody of the Los Angeles Probation Department. I got taken away from my mother. I got placed in East Lake Juvenile Hall. I had to go through the court procedure. And I did that, and I was placed at the Jacqueline Girls Home. My therapist made the recommendation to the court that Phyllis needs to be in a loving and nurturing home. Yes, she's going to be doing some testing, but she's very bright and intelligent. So they put me in one of the best homes that I can ever dream of, the Jacqueline Girls Home. That's where I met my mom, Maxine McGinnis. She worked with me. She was not going to give up on me. I didn't change overnight because when I got there, I was only there maybe about 2 months and I was kicked out of Los Angeles High School. And I went to a continuation high school, Fairfax Junior High School, Fairfax High School, for the rest of the 10th grade on to the summer. I had to go to summer school. And then in the fall semester, I was in 11th grade. She worked with me all that time, got myself together. And I graduated, believe it or not, I graduated from high school with honors. I had all types of scholarships. Oh, I mean, my life went uphill because this was somebody that I can trust. And she was a Delta. I mean, taught me how to forgive people, how to love people, don't, have respect for myself and for others. And because I was a mess, I was something else growing up as a child. And I said, wow, I was just very impressed by this is my mom, Maxine McGinnis. I was just so impressed with her. I latched on her because that's all I had. Everybody had given up on me. She was not going to give up. She saw something in me that I didn't even see in myself.
Wow, that's a powerful statement.
Yes, it is.
Those belts in the start. Yes.
Yeah, she saw something in you that you didn't see in yourself. And Phyllis, that's what you do today, right? Yeah, you're doing what someone did for you, you're doing for others. That's a powerful story.
Oh, yeah. She taught me how to set goals for myself. And, she said, Phyllis, if you get yourself together, everything, it's just like a domino. Everything's going to fall in place. Be true to yourself. Be honest with me. I'm trying to help you. So I knew if I hadn't got help there, I was not going to get help anywhere. Because she did everything in herself to help me. And the other girls who lived there, she gave us all love, unconditional love and attention. Oh, we were just really nice. I had on my nice clothes, I mean, I was just so proud of myself being a Jacqueline girl, so my mom, Maxine McGinnis.
Wow.
That's a great story.
Yeah, congrats to Maxine McGinnis, man. Yes. Congrats, man. Not everybody gets that advantage to be able to be nurtured, because there's a lot of horror stories we find out from the shelters, the different placement homes and whatever. That's not a good place for people to be. And coming out of it now, there's, who knows? That's why I'm so glad you took a time to walk through that story with us, Phyllis. And so you went to college and you became, but your mother also invested in you as far as a Delta. So now you became a Delta, and then that experience brought you to where you're at now. So we're going to bring it up to the point. You got straight talk going on, and we're going to talk about how that's helped you professional. So go on with that.
Okay, what happened, I wrote down my goals at 16.
Okay.
I didn't even know nothing about a parole agent, but I became a parole agent versus a probation officer. So, and then I did a lot of stuff as far as public service. So my goals at 16 became my purpose in life. I didn't even know what a purpose in life was at 16. But I went on and got my degree in psychology from Cal State London. And then I got my master's in social work specialization in mental health. I got hired with the Department of Youth Authority, California Youth Authority in 1981. And I worked at Southern Reception Center, and then from there I went to the youth training school, and then in '89 I got parole. I became a parole agent. I say parole. I became a parole agent in 1989, and then 1999 I became a parole agent too, which is assistant unit supervisor. I worked all over LA County, from the projects all the way to Pomona parole. So I've been around a long time. And I retired in 2009, and I implemented the Straight Talk program in 1990. That is my way of saying thanks, because what I was giving as a young teenager, somebody had hope in me and confident in me that I was going to make it. So my Straight Talk program is a way of saying thank you, paying it forward. And I implemented that program in 1990, 30 years ago. 30 years ago.
Can you describe a little bit about the program and maybe give us some examples of how it's helped people?
Okay, what Straight Talk is, I have a specialty in formerly incarcerated individuals. Okay?
Yes.
Because I have 1 feet in and 1 feet out, no joke. And I work with people never been in any trouble. So I have 2 groups of people I work with. I work with youth and I work with adults. And I work with those both populations. And then the people never got in any trouble. We come together on one goal in mind. We're living out the gift that God has given us to do in order to help people. We come from all backgrounds, all types of backgrounds, education, and all that. And we go out into the schools, we tell our testimony. Everyone have a story to tell. Mm-hmm. And when it's a very therapeutic program, and especially when I'm dealing with formerly incarcerated people, because they get a chance to see their work. I mean, these people that are formerly incarcerated, they're awesome because they dig deep inside of their soul, and they go out there and tell their listening audience, hey, use our life as an example. You don't want to walk down the road that we walked down, because it's not easy walking down the road we walk down. The message is get an education, go to get a trade school or something, do something with your life. And so we leave that with the kids. We talk to kids from elementary all the way to the university level. We do community forums, workshops, conference. We talk on different topics. And then my other group of people, they have a story to tell too. We work together. But my formerly incarcerated people, both groups, they're awesome. They're very awesome. Yeah.
Well, that's great that you're involved in both the prevention and the intervention. So you're trying to prevent these things because you can give them that example and maybe help somebody direct them onto the right road like your mentor did you before they go off the rails. Because your life, I used to run a substance abuse clinic, and your life was one that should have ended up a different way. If you look at the early lives of some other people that ended up into prostitution, substance abuse, and other different forms of criminology, just based on being, being in that type of lifestyle of being in substance abuse and always in homeless and always trying to make it. That would have been your life had not your mentor come along and helped you. Your mom, yes. Wow. If she hadn't given you that love and that, it's like, they say hurt people. And in your case, you finding people and being able to nurture them and put them on the right path and coach them onto that path by showing your life is just awesome. Because an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Like when we had the program at Dixon Recovery, we would have the same thing. Some people that were older would come back and talk to the younger people and tell them, hey, you don't want to be me. I was you. I started at 12, 13, 15 doing drugs. And it sort of arrested my development at that point, where I've stayed back at that level and never progressed. And your story is one that's really encouraging, that not only did you progress, but you became very successful, and now you're paying it forward. So I want to commend you for that.
Yeah. Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Your life is a perfect example of it's not where you start, it's how you finish. He's right. Anyone looking at you at that time would not have predicted that you would be the person you are today. So kudos.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Really good.
Yeah. And I had a strong mom. My mom, Maxine McGinnis, she knew every game I play. I couldn't run a game on her. I was running a wall. The strong Delta too, and I saw all her Delta sorority sisters. They all supported me and encouraged me. So it's like a village to raise a child. I had so many village raising me, so I had to go. I wanted to go right. It was just so motivating.
I love it. I love it.
And love. And unconditional love.
And I appreciate you bringing in another friend of yours. That's another soror. And Linda, who is our other young lady? Linda, by the way, let me sidebar. We have 2 more people joined us on Zoom too.
I saw that.
Yeah. So let's go back. So I'm throwing it into you, Linda.
Are they callers?
I think they are. Their Zooms on. They're on hold, so we can bring them in. I don't know who they are. Just told them.
Well, let me know it when they're on mute. So I'm not sure if they're call in or if they're.
I got you.
Zooming in. Okay. So we're going to turn our attention to Valerie Udeozor.
All right.
I'm practicing. Okay. And she's a Delta. And tell us a little bit about yourself. And I hear that you have an amazing story as well. And I know I gave some background information on the Delta organization at the beginning. So go ahead and tell us about you, Valerie.
Well, thank you. So yes, I love the Deltas. I have been a member of the Deltas since 1997. I'm born and raised in Los Angeles. I went to Howard University, but I actually didn't pledge Delta until I graduated. So I wanted to let all the listeners know, if they are interested in a graduate chapter, that is also an option. And so my mother actually is a Delta. She always inspired me. She was the first Black woman to integrate University of Louisville Medical School. So she always was a very proud member of LA Alumni, of the LA Alum chapter of Delta Sigma Theta. My sister is also a Delta. She pledged at UCLA, and my aunt is also a Delta. So I just grew up around the red and white.
Right.
All the stories. So eventually, at some point, I knew I was going to do it. And I'm just so happy that I did. I have lifelong friends. So I went to, I could have two careers, and I have worked with the Deltas, actually with both of them. I studied fine arts. I went to Howard University. I have a fine arts degree. I'm a playwright. I've written and produced several stage plays about bullying. I've had plays in the Atlanta Black Theater Festival. I actually have a 7-minute play on film in this year's Atlanta Black Theater Festival, which will be online next month. It's called Set Trippin', and it's about, it's just how there has been some positivity that has come about in this 2020 double pandemic. My other play is about bullying, and we've done it at schools, community-based organizations. A lot of my plays we've turned into short films, so you can find them all on, they're all on BHERC TV. I have one called The Lockdown Club, and that stars Ted Lange. If anybody...
Love Boat.
Yeah,
Right?
Love Boat. I remember that.
Love Boat. I just told my age.
Listen, my mom used to have me watch The Love Boat, and every weekend, that's all she did. And I remember Isaac. Isaac was the only Black man on the show.
Yes.
So I wrote a play called The Lockdown Club, and it's about 6 kids stuck in a class with a teacher, and while there's an active shooter outside. So I revamped it to make a movie, and I just randomly found Ted and reached out, and so he stars in it, and I had him play the teacher in the film version, and that was just phenomenal. That's also on BHERC TV, and that stands for Black Hollywood Education and Resource Center. So I do mostly screenwriting. I've done stuff with Delta Academy. We've done screenings and stage plays at Stage 52, which was one of the last, probably the last, no, not one of the few Black-owned theaters in LA. It actually went, he sold it in 2014, right after I did one of the last stage plays there. We've done shows at the Barbara Morrison Theater, which of course is still Black-owned in Leimert Park. And wonderful small theater. And so I love involving the Delta Academy and having the young girls come out and showing them, these artistic pieces to teach them about bullying. And we talk about peer pressure and things like that. So then I am also, while I was pledging graduate chapter, I decided to do something else. And that has become a registered nurse, because I do also come from a family of doctors and nurses. And it's just, an idea that I had toyed with. And I was like, well, I'll just do it, maybe do it on the side. And I ended up really loving being a registered nurse. So I had another play about teen pregnancy. I worked on the floors of Cedars-Sinai Hospital, St. John's, Rancho Los Amigos, loved interacting with people. And I decided to get my Master's of Science in Nursing 10 years ago. And I am now a professor at Pasadena City College, where I teach other people how to be nurses. And we go into the hospitals, and I do lecture, clinical in the hospital, and skills lab. So I've kind of combined that, and I teach, in addition to my theater and my screenwriting, I made a short film called Burned Out Nurse, which is shown in a lot of nursing school programs. It's actually about a nurse who's addicted to Vicodin. Wow. And, it just deals with addiction from a Black, the lead actor is Black. So I definitely promote, lead roles and everything for women and people in general of color. And I developed some YouTube videos for students that I use as classroom tools. So I'll get actors to come in and do, scenario about HIV. They're all on YouTube. I have a YouTube page. It's Value. So, I know it's a lot. I sound like more than one person, but I promise I'm one.
You know what I was thinking, Valerie? I've been told all my life, Linda, you need to find one thing and stick to it. And I'm with you, and Dee knows me.
Yeah.
TV, radio, writing, coaching, consulting, speaking.
And I bet you're good at all of them.
Yep.
Yeah. And well, all of them actually, if you think about it, just like what Phyllis said and what you just said, they all really lead to wanting to help people, right? Wanting to improve something, wanting not only improve yourself. Mine actually started with self-improvement, personal growth and development, and finding out that, yes, I can change. You know how people will say to you, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. My friend Les Brown said, depends on the size of the stick. And I say how much you can inspire and motivate someone like Phyllis' mother did for her. It's amazing all the things that you all do. Now, I want to speak about something that was surprising to me about Delta. Worldwide, listen to this. U.S., Canada, Japan, Germany, Virgin Islands, Bermuda, Jamaica, Republic of Korea. Now, I always thought of Delta as a Black women's organization. How did it spread to all these countries? What's the
Good question.
The story?
Yep.
You guys are worldwide.
Yeah.
And we already talked about it. It said that your educational development was international awareness and involvement. So is it connecting African Americans to the rest of the world? Or I don't want to put words in your mouth. I'm not sure. When I saw that, I was amazed.
The Black women are everywhere.
Yeah, you're everywhere.
Right.
Black women are everywhere and and in different countries and just doing big things there. So they just created the chapters.
So Black women are there. That's my point. Yes. Black women are expanding this organization across the world.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I've heard of chapters in Africa, as far as Africa as well.
Okay.
That's to be heralded. And
that's
even
amazing.
Yeah, that is because Toastmasters, we're a part of the Toastmasters organization, Linda. And DTMs, you know what I'm saying? Distinguished Toastmasters, which is the highest you can go in that organization. And we're all around the world, too. We go to a yearly where it's a Public Speaker of the Year award. I've trained several of them from the LA area where my chapter is. I've worked with Judge Patty Titus, who started the club 1913, which is a great organization with Deltas and for Deltas, about Deltas. So, it's really good to be able to find out that the chapters are all everywhere. And there's no stopping Black women. And next it's going to be on the moon, on Mars, and everything else. So I'm just saying, hey, ladies, I applaud y'all. Thank you for doing what you do and being like you get down like you do.
That's right. We're going to have a Black female president, right?
You know what? Come on with it. Come on with it. Vice?
Yeah.
Vice,
but
wait a second.
But she has a good chance of being president.
Okay. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. That's the next step.
He's old. Yeah. He's old now. Let's be honest now. When you get old, you got to watch all some type of things, you know what I'm saying? And you know what happens? The stacking order is then that, you know what I'm saying? So whether they know it or not, we're in lieu of a Black female president.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, that's good. So,
But tomorrow, we're supposed to get the name of our first Black...
So he says tomorrow. I think they're just stringing it along, but to keep our anticipation. But we have a great field. We have a great field. So, I'm loving it. Now, Linda, just for a sidebar, I don't know, but there are two other calls. I don't know if they're callers or whatever, but if we want to just see what's happening with that.
That's Felicia. I see Jessica McGee. Is she on the phone?
She's on Zoom. Jessica, she's on Zoom.
Hey, this is Jessica. I am actually on the phone, but I'm listening. I'm actually Phyllis. I'm one of the charter members of our Inland Valley Alumni Chapter. But
talk to us, girl. Talk to us.
I'm trying to listen because I'm actually doing something else too. So I'm trying to just do two things at once and really just be supportive and listen in. So I can't really talk right now.
Okay. Well,
maybe another time I would love to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
This is going to be ongoing. This is going to be ongoing. Believe me.
We have a listener in the Inland Empire.
All right.
Yeah. That's good.
And I'm from the new chapter, the alumni chapter called the Inland Valley Alumni. We just chartered a new alumni chapter in this area. So I'm just very honored because I've been inactive for maybe 25 years or something like that. Because with my Delta, with my nonprofit, with me working full time, I did both of them together. And I just couldn't do the Deltas, but I'm back on the saddle now. I'm back active again. And I'm so grateful as of 2019.
Right.
And in 2020, in May 17th, they chartered the new chapter out here. So I'm just very grateful.
Okay.
And I want to mention, you guys have to see Valerie's plays. They are awesome. She got some.
Oh, don't worry. I was taking notes.
I was too. I was too.
I have a question for you two. Well, actually, it's a question, comment. Dee, did I cut you off?
No, I was just saying, I like the way that she just says, she just happened to run across Isaac. You know what I'm saying? I know Sandra Evers-Mann, and like I said, she's a part of the Black Hollywood, and my boy Lewis Powell. And so, no, you just don't run across these kind of people, Valerie. So, you ain't got to pull your juice card out, but I know you got it.
Hey, we taking notes.
I am too. You see me over here like
this may be a little silly to you, but my daughter pledged Delta and my sister pledged Delta, and they wouldn't tell me what they did to pledge. So why is that such a big secret? Is that a cross my heart, hope to die, I won't tell anyone kind of thing?
Good question.
Is that they're both?
You ain't saying
my daughter,
crickets.
She would not tell me.
Crickets.
Huh?
We hear crickets.
That's only between the Deltas?
Yes.
Or the sororities. I know each sorority have their. Oh, okay. Wow. So I was treading on. I thought since I was her mother, she would share.
Crickets.
She could tell.
We have a strong sisterhood full of love and dedication to one another.
Oh, okay. So I guess that's your test to see. The pledge is the test to see how committed or something, or it's just a rule of the organization that you don't discuss outside the organization the pledge.
No, it's just a learning process. When you go through a pledge period, it's a learning process. It's nothing bad or anything. Just bonding with your new sisters online and your big sisters, but not. It's just a very loving type of bonding type of relationship. We keep that amongst ourselves.
Amongst yourself, yeah, you sure do. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. Anything else about yourself? Your Phyllis, straight talk. Now,
do me a favor, Linda. Do me a favor. Hold it, ladies. One sidebar. Poetess, was there another caller they had on there that you see that came in Zoom?
There was, but they disappeared. It was They were both.
Okay, so they'll pick up. Okay, sorry about that. Just wanted to make sure everybody had the slot. Go ahead, Linda. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Jessica is still with us. She just can't talk right now.
Good, I got you. Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to ask her a question about straight talk. Now, with that particular organization, you're working with young people who have been troubled?
Yes, some have been troubled. Some never had any contact with law enforcement.
You're trying to keep them out of trouble.
Yeah, but the ones that come together, never been in trouble, we work as a team together. No one's better than the ones that got in trouble versus ones never got in trouble. We're no better than to the two groups. We're working together to give back to the community with the gift that God has given us, our talent, our purpose in life. I got people from all walks of life. And the people that's been in trouble, those people are so sharp, so intelligent. Some of those people have been thrown in jail for so many years. They shouldn't even have been thrown in jail. Some are innocent, shouldn't have been there. But you know what? They're so humble. They're so forgiving, and they have a good attitude.
Yeah.
Very good attitude.
Yeah. Do you know Dr. Nina Kraft?
No, I don't know her.
She has an in-prison program. I've spoken for her program before where she go into the prisons and work with these young people. I met a young man who told me that he was in prison for selling drugs to take care of his wife and his child. And now he's in prison and he can't take care of his wife and his child, and he's saddened by that, but he made a mistake of thinking, well, I'll sell some drugs and I can do this for my kid. And now his kid doesn't have a father. So she's inside. And I've done some work with LA. You heard of LA Jeopardy program?
Oh, yes, I have.
Yeah, I've done some work with the LA Jeopardy program. Yeah, so I understand the concept of trying to keep them out of trouble, because LA Jeopardy is trying to keep they get these kids in middle school and try to keep them from going in their juveniles and try to keep them from going into the penal system. That's
and my participants are ones that have been in trouble, that they don't no longer go in and out that revolving door, in and out prison. They're out there giving back, and they're dedicated. And I tell you what, we can get more out of them by telling our life story and our testimony where we've been than their psychiatrists, their therapists, their mother or father. They revealed enough. They would tell us a lot of stuff that they would normally talk to anybody. So they feel comfortable with us. They see we're, people. When you're trying to help people, you can't have any hidden agendas. If you have any hidden agendas, they can see right through it. And it's all about trust. It's an open door of trusting one another, and they trust us. We talk to them, and we just have a good time with them. And me being the founder of the organization, they look at me, because I told them I was no goody good choo-choo. So that's why I have a skill, I guess a calling when dealing with people that's been in trouble and the ones that haven't been in trouble. We're all on this roller coaster together, and we're doing it out in the community. We're saving lives, we're changing lives. We're making people feel like, hey, you are somebody. You're just as special as the next person. Nobody should kick you to the ground. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What about skills, Phyllis? What about skills? Giving them, some skills that they can take into maybe the workplace or life skills or professional skills.
I teach them about
that's part of the program as well.
Communication skills. We teach a lot. Career planning. I sit down and talk to them about career planning. If they want to go to college or vocational trade training, it's never too late to get an education. It's never too late to get a vocational trade. It's never too late to open up your own business. The people that's in prison, when they get out, I'm telling you, they're making some good money because they're highly educated. Those people in there, they're educated and they're motivated when they get out too, and they're smart. You can imagine what they can do.
Yeah,
we're just flip it. Whatever they used to do wrong, like involved in crime, they flip it. They flip it and start doing the positive things in life. If you could do something negative, all you had to do is a mindset. Change your mind. It's the way you think.
Rhonda?
I was part of I had a substance abuse clinic, and I took all my girls to a program that was sponsored by the Deltas at Pasadena City College, where they were teaching young ladies, different skills, but it was just a seminar, and they were honoring them and also showing them some things about, like life skills and things like that. And so I took some of my girls that were in my program to that, and I also took them also out to lunch afterwards. But I find that it's the carrots that really affect behavior more so than the sticks. Earlier there was a statement about sticks, and I believe
that was a joke.
Carrots. I know, but people don't realize that, because especially in the Black community, they have that spare the rod, spoil the child, and so that mentality is in parenting that we always say catch them being good, and love equals TIME. And so I wanted to talk more about the programs that Delta sponsors in the community, and I was actually part of that one. My mom is also a Delta. So, I was part of that program, and I witnessed how they were affecting young ladies in a positive way. So is there any other programs that you can tell us about,
Valerie?
that Deltas do in the community?
Ms. Valerie?
Yes, I think I know exactly. I'm not sure which year you went, but I think it's the African American Youth Conference or something like that.
Yes, it was.
Okay. I know my chapter, LA Alum, we're slow due to the COVID, but I know they will definitely be back next year. And if you check in September for the orientation for the Delta Academy is a girls outreach program for girls 11 to 14. And then the Delta Gems, I believe, is the 14 to, I think it's 17 or 18. And they have programs all year long. They participate in that one that you attended. We may do like a program on, like a talk on self-esteem, or they'll bring doctors and nurses in for career day. They're very highly focused on STEM. They'll bring in teachers, math experts. One time I think they even had Zumba. So I would just check all the local chapters and get information about the Delta Academy or the Delta Gyms. It's all online for anybody who wants to have their children or family, youth, young ladies in their family participate for free. And then there's one for men as well called Embody. That's another Delta outreach program for young men.
Okay.
So we haven't forgot about them either.
Good.
Great. So can you tell us how they can get that information? Do you know, is it like delta.com or what is the website?
I know for LA, you can go to, I think it's dstla.org.
dstla.org.
Yeah, search that, or Delta Los Angeles Alumni Chapter. Los Angeles Alumni Chapter. And then I'm just saying that because I'm affiliated with that chapter, but we've got the Century City chapter. Inglewood chapter is very active as well. They have active programs.
And Pasadena.
Vanessa,
yes.
Are you still online, Vanessa? Is Vanessa still there?
Jessica?
Okay. Phyllis, you're in the Empire chapter. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So can you tell us a little bit what's happening on your neck of the woods?
Well, we're a new chapter.
Okay.
We're new. We just was started back in May, so we're new. With the COVID.
Okay.
Whatnot, but we're hot off the block. We're going to be doing a lot of things in our community as well.
Okay. And I'd like to.
And I'll keep you guys posted as things
please.
develop with the Inland Valley alumni.
That I appreciate that, because, like I said, thank you for turning me on to the young lady, and I'd like to give a shout out, special thanks to Ms. LaVonna Aspel. You introduced me to her.
President.
Yeah, the president there for your chapter, and I had a chance to pitch the show to her and talk to her about what you guys are doing. And she was really a great lady to talk to and very full of knowledge and whatever. And so I look forward to having her a part of whatever is coming up. And so, like I said, this is not the first time we're going to do this. This is going to be an ongoing scenario. So it's good that you were able to tell us what's happening in your chapter, and also what you were doing in your chapter too, Valerie, because the LA chapter, like I said, I know more when I did the Lady in Red, when they had the Lady in Red thing. I videotape. I do videotape for about everybody in the business. So I'm blessed to be able to do you guys' show, and it was really a great thing. And I really like that camaraderie. And like I said, there are ladies out there that are watching this show that might have been wanting to go in that direction. There are ladies out there that maybe did not pledge, that wants to do it now, or somebody that might be in there that might, I think you guys may have some women that move from another area. So we're just trying to make everybody inclusive so that we can just make sure that they have what they need to be able to incorporate what area they're in and be able to get back in the organization or pledge the organization, because it seems to be like you guys are just doing a lot. And I like that. And I thank you for having something for the young boys, too, because like I tell, working with women, you get these young boys in line, or you get the young ladies in line, they're going to make sure the boys stay in line. But doing that one there, we also got a way to now, through you guys, to be able to talk to these young men, too, because God knows they need some help. Thank you, ladies, for being so patient. Even the ones that are single mothers. I want to get a shout out to single mothers raising these boys out there. I know you need some help. So, our prayers is that we guys connect with how we can help these young ladies and help these young boys to not, because they got a little money waved in front of them, whether it's sports. And it's not about sports and academics sports alone, that's going to get them these scholarships and this money base. There's a lot of guys that's able to get opportunities out of college and out of high school through academics, too. But they're not putting that into the light. They say, okay, if you're a basketball player, you play good football, good hockey, or whatever, come on down. But, there's more to it than sports in our community. We've got some great minds in our community, and so we've got to put the light on the right chapter. So thank you guys for bringing in something for the young men. I like that. So, Linda, what we're going to do is we're going to go around, and I know time flies when you're having fun, so we want to make sure that everybody involved has, a little wrap-up time.
Okay. All right. You go ahead. Ms. Phyllis, you want to give us your rap?
Well, they call me the Dragon Slayer.
The Dragon Slayer.
That's right. The reason why they call me the Dragon Slayer, it's like this. As the founder of the Straight Talk program, I must see that the community love and support is not broken. Each one of us going through the journey through life have our own obstacles and sticking points. The different, the different end is how we face our personal monster. Do we run and hide from the cruel beast, or do we become a dragon slayer? The cruel beast can be anybody. You can be your own personal monster. You can be your own cruel beast not going forward in life. We got to let go of that path that's dragging us behind. That's a cruel beast. And just step forward. It's all about going forward. Not where you've been, it's where you're going.
And also,
that's why they call me the Dragon Slayer. I'll slay my dragon when I have to.
Yeah, I got it. So, Phyllis, I also
my mother told me I could do anything I want, and she instilled in that in me.
No, I like that. And
so I have to be right.
So, Phyllis, I also want you, everybody that's giving your little dissertation, please include where they can reach you, because I know somebody's just itching to get in touch with them. So just let us know the email address or phone number, whatever you want to give people to for contact.
My website is straight, like the straight line, STRAIGHT, talk, TALK, heals, HEALS.org, straighttalkheals.org. And the office number, 951-272-5747. Give me a call.
You guys get a pen and pencil because you'll need it now. Phyllis, one more time, do that again. I'll make sure everybody gets a couple times. Get you a pen and paper right now.
Okay, my website. You go on my website, you'll see it's very interesting. Mm-hmm. The website address is Straight Talk Heals, HEALS.org. The phone number is 951-272-5747. And if you forget the number of the website, just look up Straight Talk in Norco, California. We travel all over Southern California.
Love it, love it.
Yeah.
Great.
Valerie, I know you're out there.
Yes, I wanted to give my, I have a website for my nonprofit, and it's called You Care. It's just the letter U, You Care Foundation. So you can go online to www.youcarefoundation.net. Again, it's www.youcarefoundation.net. And I'm there. I'm also on Instagram and Twitter at Plays by Value. That's at PLAYSBYVALU. So go ahead and give me a visit and take a look around. You can find all my film trailers there and whatever we have going on.
And I like that, Valerie, because like I said, also the title of this show, visually, is the culture of music and film. So anytime you want to screen one of your, trailers through or whatever, that's what we do. So don't be a stranger. I thank you for coming on. And, so your involvement, tell us right quick, your involvement. What do you think? What do you feel about your involvement? Yes, Phyllis. I hear you.
Jessica is here.
Huh?
Jessica is here. You want to allow her to say something?
Yeah, please, Jessica.
Jessica, go ahead, Jessica. She needs to be unmuted.
Sorry about it. Jessica?
Okay, so what I was doing, I was just trying to type everything in the chat.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that Jessica talking?
Yes. So you didn't want to.
There you go. So I wasn't really trying to have a closing or anything like that. Like I said, I was just, I heard from our president, Lavana, that I thought she was going to be on tonight. I know Phyllis was going to be there. So I just kind of chimed in so I could listen and give that support for them.
Appreciate it.
I actually put into the chat our, at least I'm going to hit enter in a minute, but I was putting our website actually there so people could go check out our programs and activities. We're doing, I know this is supposed to be our dark period. We're getting ready to start up the sorority year in September.
Okay.
But we've done quite a bit of social action activities. We've done quite a bit of those. And we have one next Sunday with Reba Martin.
Okay.
She's actually going to talk about COVID and some of the things that go along from a legal standpoint so that you can kind of be informed on those type of things. So those are just some of the things, but you can actually go to our website at ivacdst.org and see some of our activities.
Okay. Perfect. I thank you very much for chiming in.
And I did have one more question,
please, go ahead.
Is this a weekly
You know what?
Is this ever?
You know, when we talked to Lavana, she was busy tonight to get in, but we're going to talk again, and I'm sure you'll be on the
Okay.
conversation because this is going to be something that's ongoing. Okay, this was just an opening show, and I'm glad for you guys to really liking it and really coming and participating in it. I think we're on to something big, and so yes, it's going to be continuous. So we'll figure out what, how, and where, and but this
Okay.
is what it's going to look like. I thank you for Vanessa sorry about that. Jessica, for being a part and whatever, and thank you. So give us out loud. I know you're typing it in that website and whatever, right quick, please.
It's ivacdst.org.
Okay.
That's our website, and we're actually on Facebook and Instagram as the Inland Valley Alumni Chapter.
Okay, perfect. Okay, beautiful. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right, so Linda, go back. Sorry about that. I had to take the sidebar right quick, Linda. Go ahead.
Me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You can reach me at Linda Speaks, SPEAKS at AOL.com. That's Linda Speaks, like the speaker speaks at AOL.com. And my business is www.businessdevelopmentforsuccess.com. I support writers who want to create a book or a product or a service and turn it into a business.
I like that. You know, Linda, you're being very kind of like low key, but you also are a ghostwriter too.
And you can go to if you really want to get a free assessment of your writing or writing a book, you can that same website /writing and just fill out that form and we can talk. So if you are one of those people who've been trying to get it done for a long time, I've written 8 books. Wow. Kind of know what I'm talking about.
I'm sure
so
you
where
do.
do we get your books?
Most of them are, you can go to Amazon or you can come to me or barnesandnoble.com or amazon.com. Most of them are on there. 3 of them are Chicken Soup for the Soul. So you can go directly to Chicken Soup for the Soul. I have stories in 3 of those books. 2 are business books. One of my first book, which is being updated and is going to come back out, is called Loving Yourself First, A Woman's Guide to Personal Power, How to Take Charge of Your Life. That was my very first book.
I like that.
And I had thought about bringing it back out, but publishers are coming after me saying it's time.
That's
I
great.
think you should. I think it
bring
is
it
time.
back out. So I'm working on that project.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah, Linda, you can find Linda anywhere on Worldwide. You know what I'm saying? If it's out there business related Worldwide.
I'm like the dinosaur. I'm not extinct yet, but I've been out here a long time.
Hey, you're not going to the tar pits yet, right? I got you.
Not yet.
Yeah. Rhonda, go ahead and give us your final thoughts and
usually I'm here to talk about legal issues, but he called me in for this because I've been an entertainment lawyer for a long time, and I also have run and helped people set up nonprofits, and I've actually been the executive director and founder of a substance abuse nonprofit, and right now I have one that helps people in their career that are mentally or physically disabled, helps them to become job ready, assist them at work, and also assist them in vocational training as well as education in pursuit of a career. So, just helping people. I always joke that since my name is Rhonda and that song kind of doomed me to always be helping people.
Help me, Rhonda.
I hate that song. So I always joke that I need to tape my mouth shut and my arms down so I don't raise my hand, because every time I raise my hand they say, oh, that's a great idea, why don't you be in charge of doing that? So and I always walk myself into that one.
Right.
And we get Wanda, under Wanda's name says Morris Media, so can we get her last name?
Rhonda Dixon, Dixon.
Okay.
And I'm a lawyer, and I do different types of law. I do entertainment law, and I've been helping people with unlawful detainers, things like what you talked about, Reva Martin talking about COVID-19. There are some issues like, foreclosures, unlawful detainers, DUIs, and so I have a website called 877-DUIlady.com, and that's how you can reach me.
Wait, say that again.
877-DUIlady.com, and that the numbers are 877-384-5239. So that's 877-384-5239, and that's DUI Lady. So that's my website, so you can reach me there.
I really appreciate it. Rhonda, thanks for coming on. And I want to thank my studio audience for listening and being able to be a part of this one here. And I had fun today. Time flies when you're having fun. And this started out being a show that was featuring the cultures of film and music, although we had one of our callers in, one of our guests today is also a poet, a playwright, and does the scripts and whatever. So we're going to be hearing from her, I'm sure, later. So like I say, guys, you don't know what you see and what you hear that's going to help you. That's what we're all about. Inspiring, education, and making sure that you get what you need to move into the next level. Men, women, and children, especially the women. That's been my calling, and I love that, working with you guys. And so moving forward, I would like to once again thank Lavana Aspel for bringing me into this scenario, start with and getting the gears rolling with Phyllis. Thank you, Phyllis, for your straight talk and for being there with me. And for Valerie for calling in and being a part. Appreciate you. And also for Vanessa, thank you for bringing, your heavy schedule in to talk with us. And also to my partner in crime on stage, Rhonda Nixon, the DUI lady. And also you, Linda, for always being there and being supportive. And believe me, I got some books for you, so we're going to sit back and do some writing whenever we can. But folks, this is what we do each and every week. We just find something that works for you, that helps to inspire, helps to be enthusiastic about, and it's like whatever you want to do, there's no stopping you if you find the right people to join hands. I like to tell the subletter this tonight was why Delta, and so thank you for answering that question, ladies. And this show will be, you'll hear more about it in the future. We'll let you know when it's coming out, and it will be a show that's going to continue on. I thank everybody that joined us tonight. My name is D Nice, and here with the culture of music and film. And like I say each and every week, put God first, and everything else will follow. I guarantee it.
This day will surely come along. Has some angels watching me to make sure